Hello, everyone. Oh, hold on. I am going to get rid of all of this mess and close this so it's not distracting. Okay, so I think I'm live. Let's just see. I am, and yay, I see some people popping on. Hello, everyone. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to be back. I was getting ready for this and I was typing in the little blurb about the video today, and today's September 19th, and the last time I was live was July 18th. It's been 2 months. Hello, Pam. Hello, Brenda. Hello, Charlene and Lisa. Bonnie, Suze, Pamela. Oh my gosh, thank you guys so much for joining me. I'm so excited. As most of you know, I've had a bit of a struggle over the past couple months with my dear mother. And she's not completely out of the woods yet, but hopefully she's definitely on the road to recovery and is scheduled to be released from her rehab center October 2nd. Every Tuesday they have a meeting, the physical therapists and the administrative staff and the nursing staff to determine when she's going to be ready to leave. And it just keeps getting pushed back, pushed back a week. So I don't know. She's definitely getting better. She actually walked with her walker for the first time. I think it was Tuesday. The physical therapist sent me a little short video showing her walking across the room. And I was so excited to see that because she's basically been in a wheelchair, restricted to her wheelchair or bed since all this craziness happened. And so I just feel bad for her because that's not how she wants to be, but it is what it is. So quick story for those of you guys that don't know, back in July, it was about the 25th or 24th of July, I was getting ready to go on my 2-week vacation. I got a call from her assisted living that she had fallen down and broken her leg. Well, that was a Wednesday. They did surgery on it that night, put a rod from her hip to her knee. I went up the next day to be with her. She ended up having to go to ICU because her blood pressure was super low and they couldn't regulate it. Then I had to leave and come home to get ready to go on vacation. And my brother came a couple days later to help her get ready. So he was with her when she transitioned to the rehab center. Fine, no problem. He was there for about a week. He left. His wife flew to where my mom lives and she stayed with her for another week. Well, a couple days before I was supposed to come home from vacation, I got a text from them that she had actually gotten up in the middle of the night. I don't know what she was thinking, to go to the bathroom. Said she couldn't get anyone to help her, didn't use her call button, who knows why. Tried to use one of those rolling kind of hospital tables to get herself to the bathroom. What? I don't know. Of course, the table is not meant for that. It collapses and she breaks her other leg. Yes. It also required surgery. This one was quite a bit more involved. And they told us that the surgery was very risky. Without the surgery, she would never walk again. With the surgery it could kill her because she was so old and had just had a surgery, and it was very stressful. She ended up going for the surgery because she wanted the chance to walk again. The leg is still pretty wobbly. She's been in the rehab center now since August 16th. And is getting slowly better. So fingers crossed that really works out for her and that she can actually go back to her assisted living and hopefully life can kind of be back to somewhat of a normal. So we'll see. So anyway, thank you guys for being back with me. I'm so excited to be back. It's been killing me that I haven't been able to be here, but I've been going back to visit her, and Thursdays and Fridays are the days that work for my family here because my husband's off and he can take and pick up my son from school. So this was the first week that I decided not to go since I knew she was getting released soon, but I'm kind of sad I may have to go up on Saturday. We'll see. Anyway, so what's coming up and what's going on? Obviously, you guys know that our holiday catalog is out. Yep. Most of you probably have one. If you don't, you can certainly check it out online through my store at shoppingwithbarb.com. And there's amazing things in here. And I do want to talk about my next online class that's coming out. You can start ordering it now. The online version of it will be available next Friday, which is the 27th of September. That's when I will be emailing the class out to people. This is the first time I'm doing this. With this online class, I'm actually going to offer a pre-cut cardstock package to go with the class if you want it. Now, it's just the cardstock. It's not the designer series paper, because obviously you would purchase this bundle of products. You would get the designer series paper. You'll get the dies. So I'm just going to send you the cardstock pieces, like the card bases, this layer cut to this size, this layer cut to this size. Any punches or die cuts that don't come in this bundle, I will be including in that kit. But no designer series paper, no ribbons, and no embellishments of any kind, because the embellishments and the ribbons are in the kit, in the bundle. So it's the first time I'm doing that. So I will take orders for that pre-cut cardstock kit through October 4th. And then after that, I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to order, prep, package, and mail out. So the cost of these things are just the online class. It's the online class. I've been doing them for over a year now, $25. It's 8 cards plus a super amazing box that also has 4 cards in it. So it's 12 cards and a box, and the online price is $25. If you want the pre-cut cardstock pack mailed to you, it's an additional $15, so that makes that $40. If you want the online class and the cardstock pack basically for free, order this bundle from me. And now you need to email me and tell me that you want the bundle, because I will PayPal you, send you an invoice through PayPal. You'll pay that. The products, the Stampin' Up! Products, the dies, the stamps, the paper, the ribbon, and the embellishments will go directly to you from Stampin' Up! And then I will email you the class, and then I will mail you the cardstock package. So those are the 3 options for the class, and they'll be coming out right now. You can order it right now. I can order the products for you and have them shipped to you immediately. And then you'll just have to wait until next Friday for the online class, and then a week or so later for the pre-cut cardstock pack. Now, of course, you don't have to have the pre-cut cardstock pack. If you've got cardstock and you've got a trimmer and you can read directions, that's awesome. You can just make the cards yourself with the directions that I provide. I have a video for every project, plus written directions for every project. So it's a very good class. I'm very proud of these classes. I put a lot of time and effort into them, and they are amazing. So just saying. Okay, so that's that. Next month, I'm going to be promoting the Let It Snow bundle. That will be my online class for next month. These are not cards in the class. These are just some cards I'm working on for swaps. I guess I should note that any of the online classes that I do, the cards and projects in those are exclusive to those classes, as I do not share them anywhere else. I don't put them on Facebook. I don't put them on my blog. None of that good stuff. So, and of course, that cute little Let It Snow stamp set. I can't find my stamps all of a sudden, but it's this really cute snowman punch. And then there's this super cute little box of embellishments that goes along with this bundle. And it comes with, look at that, little snowman noses, snowman arms, that little cold buttons for his cute belly. You get all these little felt pieces, these little mittens. Oh my gosh, look how cute those mittens are, you guys. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Little hats that you can put on top of him. See if I can get this thing to focus. And then these little scarves. So, oh my gosh, they're so cute. So that's going to be my online class next month, and I will be offering a pre-cut cardstock package for that as well. So stay tuned. Yeah, so these online classes are I'm just really excited about them, and I've just been having a great time preparing them and getting them to you guys, because you're really enjoying them, and that makes me happy. So, okay, what else do we have going on? Ooh, the buy 3 get 1 free designer series paper special for the month of September. And I'm just going to show you, because people keep asking me, what papers, how do I know what papers are included in the sale? Super simple. All these papers on, was this page 165 of the big catalog? Those 4. The 4 on 166, all 4 of those. And then the top 2 on 167. So there are 10 packs of paper that you can choose from for the buy 3, get 1 free. And that's the easy way to look at them in the catalog, the 4, and the 2. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Purple Posy ink pad. We've talked about this the last time I was live 2 months ago, but they are getting closer with the production of this pad. They have found out what the trouble is. They have corrected it. The pad's in production and hopefully will be available very soon. I mean, in my mind, I'm hoping the next couple of weeks, because I've got an in-color club to finish out, and the last color everybody needs is the Purple Posy. So I really need it to be available in a couple of weeks. So let's hope for that. Okay. Talked about the online classes, talked about this, talked about that. I do want to give a shout out to somebody who does watch me. She actually messaged me last week, I think, and asked me if I was ever going to be live again. And bless you, Evelyn. I appreciate the concern. She was actually one of a few people that have been messaging me, asking me if I was ever going to go live again. And yes, I am. And bless her heart, I got a package from Evelyn in the mail today, and this is super cute box that I actually can keep and decorate because it's really a really nice box. And opening up what's in here, check this out, you guys. You probably don't know what this is just by looking at it, but it is a little holder for my liquid glue. It's like 3D printed. So the little thing will just sit on my table, just like this. And then my glue will always be pointed down, so it will keep the glue at the bottom of the thing. So thank you so much, Evelyn. I appreciate that so much. That was very thoughtful of you to think of me. And when she made me this really cute tag too. So that was really nice of her. So thank you so much. So I'm going to be using that today while we're stamping because liquid glue is my favorite. So we're going to put that over there. Let's see, I don't need my snowman punch. Okay, and I think before I start doing my stamping, I do want to show you guys. I got my paper pumpkin kit yesterday. Don't mind the damage that the post office did. Look what they did to my box. They totally ruined it. And I am sad because I love this box. Anyway, I guess I'll get over it because what's amazing is what's on the inside of the box. And look at this. Can you see that? Oh my word. I am a Halloween junkie. Oh, Evelyn, there you are. Thank you so much, Evelyn. I am a Halloween junkie. Now, I'm not a fan of like the icky, scary, devilly Halloween creepy stuff. That's not the kind of Halloween I'm a fan of. This is the kind of Halloween that I'm a fan of. Cute things made with purple, orange, green, and black. That's what I like. Fun stuff. And so this is one of the cute little treat boxes that this paper pumpkin kit makes this month. It actually makes 20 of them. And look at that cute little tag. Can you guys see that? I'm trying to see if it'll focus. It's so cute. And then it just clipped, the little clip. Look at that. It has a little skeleton hand on it. And then the tag, and then you just open up the box. And the box will hold, well, at least this is what I had. I had some Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, and there's 5 in there. It might hold 6, but I think it might interfere with the closure a little bit. But you could certainly try it, because who wouldn't like to have 6 treats instead of 5? So anyways, this is a paper pumpkin. Now coming up in October and November, you guys, paper pumpkin, the 2 kits are going to coordinate together, meaning the October kit's going to have, I think it's 10 greeting cards, and then the November kit's going to have tags. And I think they're going to use the same colors and maybe some of the same type of patterny things so that the kits will coordinate, so that when you put them together, you can make the cards and the tags, but you could also you could combine the stamps, combine the inks, and all that kind of stuff, and make even more fun projects with it. So I'm super excited about these next 2 paper pumpkin kits. If you're not a subscriber, you can subscribe with moi at barbmulliken.com. Pretty easy to remember. I'm Barb, it's my name.com. And you can sign up for paper pumpkin. One last thing before I flip the camera down. If you guys are ordering from me this month, a $65 order will get you these free, oh wait, this is not even the free thing. Who pulled this out of the pocket? Who pulled this out of my stuff? That was me. It's very close to this, but it's this one instead. It's the holiday rhinestones, not the peacock rhinestones. So this is my freebie for the month of September. $65 order will get you a pack of these for free. So keep that in mind. Okay. So I'm going to flip the camera. I know some of you don't like this. I'm going to try to do it as easy as possible so nobody barfs. There it is. That was very easy. I think the camera kind of stopped working while I was flipping it, so that was perfect. Okay, let me get this a little bit focused here, move some stuff over so it's kind of centered. I tried to do this earlier, but it doesn't always work. And I'm going to zoom in just a teeny tiny bit. There we go. Oh, did you guys see this beautiful grid paper? Did you guys know that we have some holiday grid paper that's available now in the online store? We do. And it's amazing. It's got like green on one side, red on the other, so it's Mossy Meadow, I think, in real red. And then it has imperial measurements and, of course, metric measurements. For those of you that are maybe watching in the UK, you can get it in your own areas. And it's got some super cute patterns on it. So I am a... I just forgot what this stuff is called. Grid paper. I'm a grid paper lover. Love it, love it, love it. And especially this one here. It's just so pretty. Anyway. Oh, and then we are going to have some paper pumpkin grid paper with super cute puppies all over it. So that's really cool too. But I digress. Okay, moving on. Here is the stuff for my first project. So I'm going to be using some different colors of ink. I've got Mint Macaron, Mary Merlot, and the Cajun Craze. And we're going to be using, this is a bundle in the holiday catalog. It's called To Every Season. And so it's a stamp set, and then it has this little bundle of punches. Oh, you probably can't see those. I'm going to flip them upside down. So, because I always get glare going on here. So this, have a leaf, a matching leaf punch, a matching bat punch, a heart punch, and a snowflake punch. And so we're going to be using this to make our card today. And so I'm actually only going to be using the leaf punch. I'm not using the other ones, at least not on this project. So there's a little teaser for you that maybe we're going to be doing something else with this. Here are my cardstock pieces. So I have a quarter, no, this is a half sheet of Mary Merlot. So it's 8.5 by 5.5. I have a 3.5 by 4 3/4 inch piece of white. And then I have a, let's see, how did I measure this? This is a 1/16 from 3/4. What is that? 11? 3 11/16 by 4 15/16. Because I just wanted a little bit of it to show, not the whole thing. You could easily just go 3 3/4 by 5. That'd be perfect. And then a scrap of white to do a little bit of stamping and punching. So to start out with, we're going to take our piece of white. And I have my stamps already out here. So I'm using all of the leaves. There's 3 leaves here. And then I have the thank you stamp. Look at how cute. And I just love the fonts on these. It's very simple, very plain. I'm really digging it. It's the perfect size for our circle punches to fit. So it's going to make a super easy project. Ooh, Angela's on. Hello, Angela. And then we've got some of this Mint Macaron textile ribbon. Not exactly sure what that means, but it is really pretty and shiny. So that's all I really care about. And then we have a 1-inch circle punch and a 1 1/8 inch scallop circle punch. Oh, there's my other leaf. I knew it was in here somewhere. And then some embellishments. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with those yet, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so first things first, we're going to stamp on this piece here, and I need, where is my foam? Oh, here we go. Here's my foam mat, and just for you guys, I changed out my paper so it's not ugly and gross like it usually is. Okay, so we're going to open up all these ink pads. Bring my stamps over here. And I'm going to use my biggest one in the Mint Macaron, and then the little one that I'm going to punch out is going to be in the Mary Merlot, and then the Cajun Craze is the medium one, and then we have our sentiment. So I'm just going to start kind of making a little bit of a pattern on here. Oops, I'm going to flip that around a little bit. So this is what I like to call random stamping. Okay. And then we'll bring in this little guy here. Isn't that cute? I just dig it. And then our Cajun Craze. One like that. And maybe one here. I think we're going to have to stick one right there. So I'm kind of trying to create a little bit of a half moon kind of shape around on here. So we'll see how it works out for me. Then I wanted to stamp a couple of these small little leaves in the Mary Merlot and some in the Cajun Craze. So I'm going to clean off my stamp with my totally stained, disgusting, filthy looking chamois. But you know what? A totally stained, disgusting looking chamois is a well-loved chamois. So I'm not mad. Okay. So I'm going to punch out these little leaves. Look how simple that is. And they're so cute. Oh, Pam, I know. These stamps are adorable. I got it because I'm a sucker for punches. And I'm a sucker for small punches. I think I have purchased every single small punch set we've ever had. And so, yeah. Hello, Sandy. How are you? All right, so we have those little guys, and we are going to use some mini dimensionals on the back of these. I'm just going to pop one on the back of all 5 of them. Okay. Then, ooh, I need I'm going to cheat and I'm going to punch my scallop circle out of this layer because no one's going to see it anyway because that's going to be covering it. So there's a little cheater way for you. And then I need a piece of white, but I forgot. So here we go. And then I have my little sentiment here, and I'm going to do that in the Mary Merlot on a scrap, and I'm going to crop that out with a 1-inch circle punch. Oh, I just love the font on these words. It's just so nice and plain. I'm really digging it. And hello, Evelyn. Thank you. There is my little holder for my glue, which really makes me happy. See if we can get that centered. And actually, I think you could probably just stick it in there without the lid on, and then that would work good. Okay, so we are going to attach this little guy right here. And I'm going to use a dimensional for that too. Okay. Like so. And then these little guys, we're going to just kind of randomly throw them where we might need another little leaf. So like where? Like here? Sure, why not? And maybe right there. I want a Mary Merlot one. So I can stick it there. Oh my gosh, isn't this just adorable? I am just like super excited about this card. And I'm not really caring that the leaves are kind of hanging off the edge so much. Janet, you do need this bundle. I'm just saying. Okay. So then we have a little bit of 3D action going on there. And then I kind of thought, you know, I was kind of doing a little bit of rearranging in my craft room today. And I came across these metallic brads, and I totally forgot that we had them. So you can't, I just hate it when I don't use something. So I'm going to pull some of these brads out of here, and I'm going to use them because that's what brads are for. They're for being used. So I am going to, where's my take your pick tool? Here it is. I got my poker. So I need to poke some holes in these little guys, and I'm going to use this piece of foam. And now I'm going to sound like a demonstrator who doesn't know what they're talking about, but we either do sell or used to sell a case that your clear blocks can fit in, that you can transport them around, and every hole had this nice chunky piece of foam. So I'm a crazy person and I keep everything, so I kept it. So I'm just going to use that as a little bit of piercing, because I don't want to poke through my nice white layer that I have going on here. There. How about up there? And so now I'm going to add some of these cute little copper brads through those holes. Aren't those cute? I remember I was so excited last year when they came back with brads, and then I buy them and then I forget that I even have them, and I didn't do anything with them. So today we're doing something with them. Okay. Also, we also have these little leaves trinkets that came out last year, but they're still in the catalog, and so I'm going to use one of them too. So I'm going to add it with, oh, whoops, that's not there. Yeah, this side. I'm going to add it with a couple of glue dots. Whoops, you get on there. Don't you be giving me any business today. There we go. So I thought I'd kind of tuck this underneath like that. And so there we have that. Let me get rid of these ink pads because, as we all know, if there's ink pads, this bundle, Deborah, is, what did I do with the stamps? It's called To Every Season, and it has, so here's the stamps, and then it has 4 teeny tiny punches, a snowflake, a heart, the leaf that I used, and then a bat. So we've got the snowflake, the heart, the bat, and the leaf. So this is super cute, and I'm so glad you guys are saying, oh my gosh, what is that bundle? Because I didn't really see it either until I saw the punch pack, and I was like, oh, I don't care what that punch pack is, I'm getting it. And so, yeah, I did. Okay, so let us close up these little, all this stuff, because I tend to make a gigantic mess if I don't clean up after myself. And of course, when you guys aren't here watching me, I make the mess and don't clean up. But I always should. And you know what? Sometimes with brads, I have this little hammer that actually came in a toolkit that Stampin' Up! Used to sell. And when I use brads, I just like to flatten them with a little hammer, just because then they stick tight to the paper and don't give me any grief that way. because I don't want any grief. I got enough grief. Okay. Now, speaking of grief, okay, my daughter's in college. I think you guys know that. And she earned some scholarships last year while she was a senior. And this is just an adhesive eraser. We used to sell them. We don't anymore, but they're amazing if you get glue on your project like I just did. Anyway, so the deadline to pay your bill is tomorrow. And so the scholarship is for $500. So I sent in, you know, my check payment for everything but the $500 because the school's supposed to be sending the check in. Great, fine. Well, I keep checking every day on the website and there is no payment reduction from that scholarship. So I get a hold of the school this week. I'm like, hey, where is that money? And the gal tells me that, oh, she's just been really busy, but it's at the top of her list. And I'm thinking, the top of your list needs to be the very top of your list because our payments are due tomorrow. Well, anyway, I ended up talking to somebody above her head and he assured me that the money had been sent for, you know, not just my daughter, but, you know, all the kids from our area that received scholarships that are going to the University of Wyoming, I'm sure are waiting for their money. So anyways, it's supposed to be there, but we'll see. I decided to take the bull by the horns and I sent my daughter a check for $500 in the event that they don't get it there, that she can walk over to the cashier's office and pay that because I'm not paying a $50 late fee for that. Anyway, so I just tied a little knot using my ribbon. I like to tie my knots around something. I find it easier to tie knots around something than to tie them in the air. So that's why I did that. And then I'm just going to kind of snip it off to the side here because that's what I do. I like to put things on the side and I'm just going to wrap this around and I'm going to Scotch tape it because that's another thing that I do. I could use adhesive, but I don't like to do that because Scotch tape is easy and it works really well. Oh, look at that. I'm always using up scraps. This is funny. This is a no-go piece for the card I'm going to do next. So aren't you guys excited? Aren't you intrigued? Oh, what are you going to show us, Barb? You'll just have to wait a moment. All right, dimensionals on the back of that. And this card, actually, you guys, the layout of this, you could do this with any of these stamps because you could do like pinks and reds for Valentine's Day, or look what I have for you. I can get it out of my plastic envelope. Bats for Halloween. So cute, right? So here is the card that I just made with all these fun details. And then here's my little bat card for Halloween, which I just love. Hello, Julie and Cheryl. Is it Cheryl Lee? It must be. Anyway, so here's the two cards you could do it for Christmas. Just do the snowflakes. And of course, there's a Merry Christmas sentiment in there. I think it says Merry Christmas. Yeah, just Merry Christmas. We got the Happy Halloween. Thankful. You're so sweet. Thank you. Let it snow. Happy Valentine's Day. Literally has everything you need in here. With all these super adorable little images. So yeah, it's definitely one you guys need to put on your list. So, oh, I keep forgetting to say, if you share my video, then I put you in the drawing and then next week I give away the stuff that I make. So here's our first giveaway project, this super cute card. There we go. So I'm going to put that over here so I remember where it is so I can show it to you later. I need that in another project, but these I don't. So I'm going to clean them really quickly just because it's just easier for me if I do that and I won't make a mess. Well, I shouldn't say that I won't because that's probably not really true. But I have less chance of making a mess if I do that. So yeah. Deborah, I know what you're saying. Add to your wish list again. Okay. Moving on. Put those, well, actually not moving on quite yet. I'm going to move some more of this stuff out of the way. I feel like I'm always like feeling like I'm having a small area to work in when I go Facebook Live, because when I'm not live and I have this whole table and I have tables behind me and I just, you know, fill it all up and make a gigantic mess. So, but we're going to try to keep it a little bit clean so you guys don't have to look at a gigantic mess while we're stamping here. Okay. So, moving on to this next card that I just talked about, how I showed you kind of a sneak peek of it. Put my scissors away. This one has a mint macaron card base. Got a scrap of white, scrap of pretty peacock, another scrap of white. And what did I do with my, I had some other scraps here. Well, I'll just have to get them out of my drawer. So Bear with me. Ugh, that one just went on the floor. That's not what I wanted to happen. So there's a pretty peacock, and then I need a strip of the mint, which is right here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to use some of our new masks. These are our decorative masks, and there we go. These are the newest ones. There's 4 in here, and I just squealed with delight when I saw polka dots. I am just a polka dot lover. I love polka dots and I love stripes. They're very classic. They go with any type of card you'd ever want to make, and I was just thrilled to death to see that. Then we have this kind of fun, I don't know if this is almost like leaves, maybe? It kind of looks like leaves to me. And then we have this kind of, this is supposed to be kind of like Halloween-ish, this kind of scrolly, but it definitely would not have to be just for Halloween. I could totally see a really pretty Christmas card done with this. And maybe this is what, like fleur-de-lis, sort of. I don't know. I'm not very refined. And then we have this one here with the trees. So, but I'm going to, of course, use the polka dots because, like I said, polka dots are my favorite thing. I love them. Okay, so I'm going to put those away. We've got the polka dots there. We've got our card base that we don't need right now. And I've got another thing of ink. So here's Pretty Peacock and Mint. And I have 2 sponge daubers. I have one for the Pretty Peacock, one for the Mint. And we're going to be using the, look at this, it's the Gathered Together bundle with the Gathered Leaves dies, which is part of my online class that's coming out next week, hint, hint. And you can get it, $25 for the online class, $40 for the class plus the pre-cut cardstock kit, or $90 for all the goodies in the bundle, which is the stamps, dies, paper, ribbon, and embellishments, and the class, and the pre-cut cardstock pack. So there's another little shameless plug for me. Okay, so we're using that. So I am going to bring in, this is one of our silicone mats, and the only reason I'm bringing this in is because my paper is white, and if I try to put it on something white, it's just harder for me to see. But if I put it on something dark, then I have, I can see it a lot better. I can see what I'm doing, so that's why I did that. Okay, so we're going to do some, just kind of swirling around of some color here. Need a scratch piece of paper. Yeah, okay, so we're going to start with our Pretty Peacock. I'm just going to tap it into the pad, and I'm just going to tap one time off because I don't want too much ink, because you can always add more, but you can't take it away. And then I'm going to very gently just kind of swirl this around in this area right here, okay? And then I'm going to maybe swirl it around down here in this corner. Maybe a little bit right here, tiny bit right there, maybe a little bit over here in this side. Then I'm going to bring in my mint, but the first I want to, oh, wouldn't you know it, and I should have taped this down. Note to self, or to you guys, you might want to tape it down. But I think it's gonna be okay, because this doesn't have to be precise. But I am going to, I should have done the mint first. I'm going to try to rub some of this ink off because I don't want to get, you know, Pretty Peacock ink in my mint pad. Okay, so this is just some tissue that I had around here. All right, so now we're going to dip into the mint, and we're going to do the same thing. Just kind of swirl that around and fill in the spots where we don't have any mint. And it's fine if you overlap. It'll just kind of make the color look that much better, I think. And you could do whatever colors you want. You could do more than one or more than 2 colors. You could do 3, 4, you know, whatever you want. And this doesn't have to be perfect because I'm not using this whole thing. I'll show you what I mean in a second here. So I'm going to bring in the Pretty Peacock one again. Again, definitely should have taped this down, but I didn't, and we're just going to have to go with what we have because it is what it is. Okay, messy fingers. I'm going to kind of wipe those off here. And then I'm going to lift this up. And just look at that. Isn't that fun? Just by itself, that's so fun. I know. Okay, so then I am going to ink up my large leaf stamp that comes in the set. And I'm just going to stamp it like right there. Okay, so that's what I have right this second. And now I should have done this earlier because you're going to have to wait like 30 seconds while I run to my big shot, and I'm going to cut this out. So I'll be right back. Sorry about that, guys. I've been gone for a while, so I forgot how to do this live thing. Okay, I'm coming back. Okay, so I went ahead and used a couple pieces of washi tape to just hold my die in place when I run it through. And then here is, look! How fun is that, you guys? Oh my gosh, it just excites me. Polka dots and then the paper. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put this polka dot thing over here where I don't have to make a mess. And then what am I going to do? Okay, so I'm going to put those up there. I'm going to close my ink just because I don't want to get my fingers in it. You know how it is. Okay, so we've done that. So now we have our piece of mint. And I lost my bone folder. Here we go. There it is. I'm going to move that scrap paper out of the way. So then I have this 1 inch by 4 1/4 inch strip of pretty peacock ink. And I am going to use another stamp that's in that set. This is like a little splattery, little splatter. And I've really been liking this just to add some detail to either the edges of your cardstock or like background pieces or like this little strip right here. I just think it adds a little bit of fun. And it's super easy, and I'm just kind of twisting it as I go so I don't have the same pattern of splatter all the time. Get one right there. Okay, so there's my little splatter thing. And this I made a giant mess out of. Do you ever do that? I don't mean to press so hard. I'm just a heavy-handed stamper. I always have been. And we used to sell linen covered pads. You guys might remember that back in the day. And you had to press really hard and you had to pounce really hard on the ink pad to get your stamp inked up. And so, you know what they say, old habits die hard. And I'm old and my habit is still there. Okay, so I'm going to put this across like so. And then I'm going to put my leaf on here like that-ish. I also have a little scrap of white here. And I'm going to bring in, this stamp here says Season of Thanks. But I don't want it to say Season of Thanks. I just want it to say thanks. So I'm going to do some masking. You guys have probably seen me do this before. If not, it's a super easy way to get parts of your stamped images. So I'm just using some plain old Scotch tape. I'm covering up what I don't want, which is Season of. Okay, so I'm just putting tape on it. And what color do I want to use? I gotta cheat because I can't remember, because I did kind of do this card earlier. Okay, so I'm going to use mint. So I'm just going to ink up my thanks, and then I'm going to pull the tape off. Super important part, pull the tape off. And then I'm just going to stamp this, and there we have the word thanks. And now this piece, be very careful with it. Put it in the trash right away. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm going to find a piece of paper that's in my trash, and I'm sticking it to it, and that's the end of that. And look, how does a person get ink on their fingers? I just don't understand it. So messy. Okay, so now I've got my classic label punch, and I am going to crop out the thanks here. Like that. And then I am going to stick it in, back in, and I'm going to use this as like a little handle. And I'm going to stick this back in the punch, and I'm going to get the other edge of it. Because of course I don't need it quite that long. And there we have it. And there's my little thanks. That's garbage. Okay. So I'm also going to add some wheat images. This wheat also comes in the stamp set, so I'm going to do some wheat, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball this. So I'm going to probably put my strip about like that. I'm going to put my leaf about like that. So then I'm going to move my leaf out of the way. It doesn't matter if my strip is still there because it's going to be covered up with the leaf. And so I want to get some of this wheat kind of around my leaf. Okay. So that it's just peeking from behind there like that. Okay. Then I'm also going to put some down here at the bottom. Do I want to do it this way? Yes. There we go. And a little like so. Okay. And that way my leaf's going to cover up all the stuff that might look messy. It's going to look fine now. Actually, I think I'm going to put a little tiny one right here because it just seems like it needs to be there. It needs to be a little bit more wheat. Okay, next, I don't know if you guys may have seen this before also. This is a little technique called faux suede. And you take a strip of cardstock and a bone folder and you go over it like you're curling ribbon. So you do it back and forth on both sides and you just keep doing it and keep doing it. And I don't know if you guys can see, but my cardstock is starting to get very weathered and distressed. And it's feeling a lot thinner than it was. Okay. So you do that with both pieces because I need 2 of these. And so you just do it and you just keep doing it. And you'll be able to kind of tell what you want to do is you're going to be peeling these layers apart. And so to do that, you just keep rubbing it and eventually the layers will come apart. Okay. Yes, Dina does do this all the time. Dina is one of my pallies. And yeah, this is a super old technique. We used to do this many, many years ago. And then you peel it apart. But before I peel it apart, I'm going to run it through my Big Shot with these 2 dies. These are 2 of the leaf dies that are in the set. Oh, whoops, I did this backwards. Well, you'll see what happens. Okay, so I would go to my Big Shot. I already did this. This is one thing I did already do. So I do have these 2 leaves already done. So I already roughed them up and then I ran them through the Big Shot. And I'll be able to peel these apart now. Having a fingernail might be helpful here. Ooh, I think we're going to be able to do it. Okay, and then you're just very gently pulling these apart, okay? And then what you're going to reveal on the inside is what looks like suede. So it's just really kind of fuzzy, what you get on the inside. And so the die does give this really nice impression, this really nice embossed look, but I don't need that for this particular project. I just need the inside, but I had to use the die to get that part come apart. Ugh. And my nails are the literal worst. Okay, maybe I didn't rub this up quite enough. Okay. Well, we'll just rough it up now. Because you're coming apart whether you want to or not. Because that's how this is going to work today. Ooh, there it is. It's coming. Oh, if my nail was just a tiny bit longer. Okay. There we go. Okay, so then we have these 2 pieces and they kind of look like suede. So I just thought what I would do is I would just kind of tuck these underneath. I don't know where. I just thought they'd look kind of cool underneath there. Maybe I'll actually use 3 of them. So something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some glue to the back of this. And then I'm just going to push my suede pieces back there. Yes, you do, Lisa. Lisa's on here and she always does Christmas cards. She does, what do you do, 50 Christmas cards, Lisa? And she always picks an amazing sample from the catalog and then we work out what she needs to order to make those. And so it's about time for her to get started on that. All right, so we're going to glue down our little speckled strip. Oh, whoops, this has to go this way since I stamped on it. So if you don't want to try to remember which way it's supposed to go, don't stamp on it. Okay. That, and then these little guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and use some dimensionals on the back of this. Okay. Alrighty. And then that's going to kind of go like that. And then my little teeny tiny sentiment here. I'm going to put a dimensional on the end, this end here. And then I'm going to add a tiny bit of glue because I already have this end of this popped up and I don't want the whole thing popped up, just enough. I mean, I want the whole thing popped up, but this end's already going to be popped up. Does that make any sense? Okay, and that's the card. I'm going to trim off this little strip here. It's a little bit long, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and leave this out while I clean up so you guys can revel in its beauty. Oh, you know what I was going to do? I'm not done with it. I lied. Okay, so we've got this baker's twine. It's called the Nature's Twine. It came out in the last year's catalog and they kept it. And I like to take it and peel it apart. So like it's a very thick twine, but if you unravel it, you can pull the strands out. And that's what I like to do. And so here I have a couple of strands of the mint macaron color on there. And I'm just going to tie a bow. So I'm going to make a loop. Bring that around and pull it through. Oh goodness, that did not work. Take two. See, if this wasn't a live video, I could have you would have never known that I screwed that up. Because I'd have cut that part out. Okay. But live, you get to see all the mistakes, which I guess is probably good. Because I mean, I think sometimes you guys feel like us demonstrators are like professional stampers and we know what we're doing and we never make mistakes, which is so far from the truth. I mean, we screw up things all the time. That's how you become a better stamper. You screw something up and then you fix it. So there you go. Okay, so I've tied a little bow. I'm going to roll a glue dot, which just means I'm going to take my fingernail and kind of roll it into a tiny little tube. I don't know if you can see that. And then I'm going to put my tiny little tube on the back of my knot. And then I'm going to put my knot right there. It's not super noticeable, but I think it just adds a little bit more texture to the whole thing because you've got these little strands flying around. And that is just super cute. Then what I thought I could do is you could bring in some of these lovely rhinestones. And these are not the ones I'm giving away for free this month when you order online and use my host code. These are the regular ones from the annual catalog. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and use these peacock ones here. And I'm going to use my take your pick tool to get them off of the plastic. What do I want to do? Like that and like that. Is that too much, you guys? Let me know. Tell me if it's too much or if I didn't need it or if I do need it. Yeah. I know, Donna, these dies are amazing. So let me know, yes rhinestones or no rhinestones. Sometimes I think bling is always something you have to do, but sometimes I go overboard, you know, and maybe I don't need to bling it, or maybe I needed to bling it with just plain rhinestones. Maybe I'll get those out too and we'll take a look. We'll see what the heck. Okay, so I'm going to clean these off, throw them back in the bucket while you guys decide what rhinestones I should use. I'm going to bring my clear ones in. Just because I'm almost thinking that the blue is too much. So we'll kind of leave that. All right, so I'm going to pick these off. I think I can, yes. I don't think I pressed them down too hard because I almost think it's too much. It's too much color. So let's try the plain ones. Okay, let's try that instead of the colored ones. We'll see. We will see. Okay. Here's the plain ones. You know, I gotta say, I think I like the plain ones better, but I don't know. Now you guys will have to say plain or colored, and then I'll have to fix it later. Not right now, because we've got other stamping to do. We don't have time to be messing around with rhinestones. But I'll let you guys help me on that. Where's my box? Don't need those, don't need that. Put my dies away so I don't lose them. Take your pick tool. Ugh, how does a person even function in all this mess? I don't know. Okay, moving on to our next project. What's the consensus? Either is fine. Plain, either colored. It kind of sounds like you're divided. So I don't know. I'll count them up later, but I'm going to leave it like this just for now, just because we're going to move on to our next project. Okay, so this next little project you could do for any holiday. It wouldn't make any difference. I'm going to go ahead and do Halloween right now just because it's Halloween time. So, and like I said, I love Halloween. So there you go. Ooh, Linda's watching from Kansas. Hello. Thank you for joining us, Linda. Okay, next we are going to be using this fun bundle. This is called the Tags bundle, and it comes with a die set. It's called the trio of tags. So this one here is 3 stamps. 1, 2, 3. And this is the stamped images. This is what you get. And you can see there's like a theme. So all of these tags are the same style of tag. And then these 3 in the middle are the same style. Oh, thank you, Brenda. I appreciate that. And then the bottom ones. So then the die, this is all connected and it cuts out like 3 tags. Plus you get this cute little heart duo, the snowflake duo, and the little pumpkin duo. So here are the super cute little pumpkins. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. And then we have the little hearts. It's actually a set of 3 hearts. So you have this tiny little one, then you have the outline, and you have the little bit bigger one right there. And then you get 2 of these cute little snowflakes. So I just kind of did this really quickly this afternoon so you could sort of see what you actually get with this, because this is a super cute set and I'm super glad that I got it. Okay, so we're going to make a little treat and we're going to use our clear tiny treat boxes. Here is a clear tiny treat box. And we're going to use some of that Monster Bash Designer Series paper. So I picked this fun kind of spooky house theme there. And we've got some black cardstock. And then we've got our, I think this is called the Delightful Tag Topper Punch. Don't quote me on it because I'm terrible with stamping up names of stuff because I can't always remember. Okay. And then here's that little tiny bat punch from the project that we did earlier where we used little bats because it's super cute. And for those of you just joining us, I'll show you that super cute little bat card. Here it is right here. And I have those cute little punched out bats because they're stinky cute. All right, so we've got some ribbon, we've got some Stampin' Blends, we've got some candy that may or may not make it into the treat. Oh my gosh, this one's kind of already open, so you know what you have to do then, you have to eat it. And caramels. That's going to make this a little bit difficult to talk. Caramels are one of my favorite treats, so yay. Okay, so here's the stamp. I forgot to get a piece of cardstock, so we're going to grab one. I'm going to grab my foam mat. And we're going to ink this up and we're going to stamp it. So I'm going to use Memento because I'm actually going to color this in with some blends. And now I only need one of these tags, but I'm going to show you guys how cool they are. So I'm going to stamp all of them, okay? So, yeah, talking and eating caramels, that was a really bad idea. Hopefully you can't hear me slobbering around here. Okay. So here's what you get, the stamped image you get. Then you'd go to your die cut machine and you take this little tag thing here and you'd line it up and you'd run it through your machine and you'd get these 3 cute little tags. This one actually has stitching all the way around it. I don't know if you guys can see that because sometimes Facebook Live doesn't give the greatest quality. This one, this caramel is going to be the death of me. Sorry, that was a really bad idea. This one has these 3 little holes at the top and bottom, and you can thread ribbon through, so that's super cute. And then this one here just has 1 little hole at the top that you could use, or like in my card here, I covered up the hole with a bat. So you didn't even know there was a hole there because I covered it up. Okay. Let me get some of this stuff out of my way so I can work. Okay, I'm using this tag. Already forgot what I was doing. I need a few bats. Still trying to chew up this caramel. Good Lord, I should just swallow it. Okay, I'm going to do that. And now I need some water before I choke. Okay. Note to self, that was a bad idea. All right, so I'm going to get my scoring board. And I have these 2 pieces of paper, and they measure 2 by 6. Okay. And so I'm going to score these at, oh, these markers are not even in the right place, so I better get rid of them. So don't use those markers. Okay, so we're going to go 1.5, 3.5, and 4.5. Okay. on both pieces, 1.5, 3.5, 4.5. Okay, put that away. Then we're going to bring in the punch, and I want these, the top, so the houses are all going like that. So I'm going to bring in the punch, I'm going to slide those in. I'm going to punch that so I get this fun little detail at the top. And you'll see that it gives me a cute little hole. Oh, lost the box. Here we go. So here's my box. I'm going to put this together. So I don't know how you're supposed to do it, but this is how I do it. I put the two sides in. Or no, that's not what I do. I put the one with the notch down first. And then the two side pieces I put in and kind of tuck those under. And then this bottom flap just sort of goes underneath all of it. Okay. And now we're going to throw the caramels in. See, I'm short one. Oops. Whoever I give this to isn't going to know that I ate it. Unless they're watching this and they're going to go, oh yeah, we saw you struggling to eat that. Okay, so we're going to fold these on the score lines. So those two go one way and then this one goes back. Okay. So that one goes that way, that one goes that way, and that one goes back. So then I'm going to put the bottoms together on the bottom of the box. And I'm going to add a little bit of glue right here and a little bit of glue to this part right here. Okay. And then I'm going to put them on their fold lines. And then try to line them up. So the nice thing about liquid glue is you do get a little bit of time to fudge around with it a little bit before it actually sticks, which is really nice. Okay, and then we have that. Where did I put my little piece of ribbon? Oh, this is one of our ribbons from the holiday catalog, and it is called Scalloped Edge Ribbon. What do you know about that? Because look at that. It has a scalloped edge, and it's black. So it's good for Halloween, but I think it's also good for any time because, you know, black is just one of those staple colors that goes with lots of stuff. And now you could, if you wanted to, and I think I might, actually, now that I think about it and I'm saying it, I'm going to glue these two pieces together. Just because I think it'll look better. Okay. Make sure they're even. There we go. Then I can stick my ribbon through, and I'm actually going to cut it on the angle so that I have like a little point to push through my hole first. And then I'm just going to tie a little knot. I wonder if I can, nah, I don't think I can get a bow. I don't think I can get a bow out of that. We're just going to go with the little knot because that's fine. Okay. And then we have our little tag, and I'm going to cut off the bottom of it because I don't want the bottom part on it. And I thought what I would do with this is something super simple. I'm just going to take my blends and kind of color in this middle section with the three colors. So I have the light crumb cake right here in my hand right now. And then I have the light Cajun Craze. So this is almost going to look kind of like a candy corn. Maybe. Sort of. No? Yes? I'm reaching. Which, let me just tell you, candy corn is another one of my favorite candies. And everyone in my family loves candy corn. My husband, my son, my daughter, myself. And I'm going to be embarrassed to tell you guys this. But have you seen those gigantic bags, like in the grocery store? It's like 2.5 pounds of candy corn. We probably eat 4 or 5 of those over the course of the season. Yeah, I said it out loud. And my husband and I like ours with peanuts because then it tastes like a salted nut roll. You'll see that I am actually going to put my tag on. And then I'm going to put my ribbon through. Whoops, I need to get myself another point there. There we go. Get in there. So yes, we are candy corn junkies. Maybe you've been able to realize that I'm just a candy freak all the way around. I just love candy. I shouldn't because it's just not a good thing to love, but I can't help it. Okay. So then we're just going to trim off the ends. And then we have a cute little treat, and it certainly shouldn't take that long. So cute. And the box, I mean, it's in there tight enough that I think if you were transporting it to stick it on somebody's desk or something, it would be okay. But yet they can still slide it out. And then they could re-gift it if they wanted to. And of course, like I said, you could do this with any paper, you know, any papers. So yeah. So guys, those are my 3 projects for today. Don't forget about, oh, I'm not done. I forgot it. That's why I punched out the bats. Jeez Louise. Okay. Almost done. Not quite. Let's put some bats on this because bats are cute. Well, not real life bats. Oops, I just tore that up. Not real life bats. Real life bats are not cute. I remember Stampin' Up! Used to send us to the top 100 in the company got to go on a trip to St. George, Utah. And the first one I ever went to, we went to an outdoor theater at a golf course called Entrada. And they had an outdoor movie for us, and the sun started to set, and all of a sudden there were bats flying around everywhere. It was so yucky. I hated that. Anyways, I just thought about that. Okay, third bat. Third and final bat. Then I'll be done. Okay, we can put him maybe clear up there. There, isn't that better? Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Okay, now I'm really done. All right, so here's the cards. The 2 cards that we did. Oh, goodness, there's a piece of hair. And then we have this cute little treat box, which is adorable. And of course, Caramel's -1, hee hee, because I ate it. And so those are my projects for today, you guys. Thank you so much for coming back and watching me. I appreciate it so much. Remember about my online class and the ways you can get that. And also my host code and my freebie for the month of September. So looking forward to seeing you guys next week. And until then, have a great one. See you later. Bye-bye.